just broke me knuckles.
Alright, we're at Gamework Shop's Citadel in Grapevine, Texas. It's Cool Breeze, Green Tail. Alright, let's go learn how to play some Warcry today. Look at these models, boys. These are pretty sweet.
Look right there. Look at that beast. No,
Pretty cool, huh?
I'll show you what's cool. I'll show you something.
That is nice. Does it have a name?
I can't pronounce it.
Here's the new contrast colors. Oh, he's got our Warcry game. Let's go meet with him.
I'm going to go over each of the fighter cards first, and then we're going to set up the game and we're actually going to play. So if we start up here, this is his faction symbol, showing that he is a member of the Iron Golems. This arrow right here is his movement value. We just use a standard ruler to show he moves in inches. Right here, this is the shield symbol, is actually his toughness value. So he's got a toughness of 4. There are no armor saves in this game, so everything you do to him takes is straight damage, which is why he has 20 wounds. So right down here, you'll see some of his attack profiles. The hammer is showing his melee weapon. It has a 1-inch reach. Whenever he attacks with it, he always gets to roll 3 dice. This is his strength. So he's strength 5. If he were to punch himself in his own face, for whatever reason, since he's strength 5, his strength is greater than his toughness. So on a 3 or better, he would do successfuls. So, let's say this was a 6. So here, we have 2 hyphens. The first one is the normal damage he does per successful hit. So right there, he's done 4 damage to himself. Now a 6 is always a critical damage. In this case, he's done 5 damage. So he just did 9 damage to himself, and now he only has 11 wounds left. That's basically the basic intro for the game. So what we're gonna do now, which sides would y'all like to play as?
Iron Golems.
You're gonna do Iron Golems, are you okay with that? Okay, so you wanna do Untamed Beast? Awesome. Okay. Have you do is I'm gonna have you draw a card, any card you like. Just pick one. Doesn't matter which one. No, not that one. Okay, no, you can.
Okay.
And then flip it over and see what it is. So that is our deployment. So each of your fighters, you need to assign a shield, a hammer, and a sword. So go ahead and tell me which of your fighters is going to be which.
Just do it in order, boys. Make it shield, hammer, sword. Shield, hammer, sword. How about that?
All right. There you go. So, for Team Red, which is going to be the Iron Golems, the shield is actually going to go in this corner. Yep. So your shield is actually going to go right here. So this is the shield, right? Here you go. I'll get it for you. Right, so that is deployment. Now, I need you to draw a card, any card.
If every fighter in the defender's shield is taken down, the attacker wins. Okay.
Basically, what this is saying is you are going to roll a dice. For the Iron Golems and for the Untamed Beasts. So you're rolling off, whoever goes highest gets to choose who's the attacker and who's the defender. So go ahead and roll and see who rolls highest.
Oh man.
You'll get to re-roll. Hey, hey. Oh wow. Are y'all twins? 5, 4. Woo, well, that was the game, guys. Good job. All right, so would you want to be the attacker or defender?
I have no clue.
Say attack.
Right.
Attack.
Okay, so the objective of the game is to slay him.
Okay.
You have to kill the dwarf. you need to survive with the dwarf. So you're going to have to move your guys to try to protect him. So this step is taken into 3 steps: the initiative phase, the activation phase, and the end phase. So these are your dice, sir. These are your dice. So you're going to roll on the table for me. And then you're going to play Yahtzee and match up all the pairs.
Okay.
So you have 4 of a kind. You have 1 of a double. You have a quad. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 singles as opposed to your 2. We use singles to determine who will go first. You will go first. Now, you both get a wild dice. You can use this dice to do anything you want. You can make a single a double a triple a quad. You can't go higher than a quad though. These are the cards, respectively, that show all of your abilities on them, guys. So, now you'll start to notice that there's 2 symbols here. One is your faction symbol. The other one is your specialization symbol. So, he has this specialty and that specialty. So, if you were to spend a triple in replace of a double, you could use Spine Crushing Blow. Add the value of this ability to the strength characteristics of the next attack. So, you would increase his attack, he would increase his strength from 4 to 9. Or you could throw a bola at him, which basically means if there's a fighter within 6 inches, you roll 2 dice. On a 4 or 5, you deal a damage. On a 6, you deal the value of the dice, which on a 6, it would deal 4 damage. So, now first things first, we've discovered that you're going to go first with your Mighty Iron Golems. So what I want you to do is choose a fighter to activate. So who would you like to go first?
This one.
That guy. Okay. So, there are 4 actions you can make. You can move, you can fight, you can retreat, or you can wait. Move is basically you're going to make a move action. Fight, simple as that. You're going to attack somebody who's in range. Retreat, if you're within an inch of an enemy model. So if you were like this to somebody, you couldn't just move away. You have to retreat up to 3 inches, and then you could move. And then wait is as simple as it sounds. You're basically passing your turn. And for each activation, you get to take 2 actions.
I think I'm gonna move.
Okay.
So, okay, and it's which guy is it?
It is
That
this guy right here.
So
Okay.
he moves 4.
Yep. So you can move him anywhere you want 4 inches. So the beast is going to be this guy right here.
He could move,
5.
or if you move twice, that'd be 10 inches.
Yep.
You could be almost on him, probably.
So from here? So you would be right there.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, get that piece
Alright.
for him.
Thank you.
So what is that? What do those mean?
Those are showing that they haven't been activated first. It's just an easy way to keep track of who's been activated and who hasn't been.
Oh, okay.
Make this guy
Okay.
my dwarf move.
Alrighty, so here's the movement. So I'm going to allow you to come over here.
Oh, he can move 3 inches.
It's not very far, is it? He'll get chased down.
I can make him move 6. Trying to make him run.
So now this turns over?
Yep, so now that turns over. And just so you know, for your actions, you can move, fight, you can move, you can attack, you can retreat, move, you can just wait. So you don't always have to just move, but the objective here is so you get away from him, so yes. So now you can activate a different fighter. He can't be activated again this turn. He's done.
Okay.
Now how does climbing work? Or going up or down?
So climbing upwards, you got to move horizontally. So you got to vertically. You got to measure the vertical distance. Whenever you're moving down, you consider to jump. So you actually, if I were to move, let's say I had an 8-inch movement, and my fighter was up here, I would measure 8 inches to there, and then that's where I would land. Now, if I wanted to climb up, I would have to, and I was right there, and I moved 8 inches, I would have to measure vertically, and I could just barely get back up from there. So you got to measure vertical distance up, but you're considered to jump down whenever you do.
Oh, okay.
Now, that being said, for more advanced play, whenever you do that, you have a risk of falling. So you have to roll a dice, and if you roll a 1, which I didn't, you would have to roll a separate dice, and then you may take damage. And you would also lose an activation to show yourself how to pick yourself up off the ground. But for this, we're not going to do that.
So what about, can you jump on any ledge, or does it have to be like a flat surface?
So you can pull yourself up and over any ledge, which requiring that you have the proper amount of movement. But it does have to have a flat edge like this if you were just going to stand on top.
Okay, not
Yeah,
that.
you wouldn't be able to stand there.
But you can go up and over that.
And there's no busting through walls like the Kool-Aid Man. You have to walk around or you have to go through doors. Here, because of the spikes, as the obstacle, they would have to roll a dice and then they could take damage from the spikes.
What if they got...
Of course, all of that is covered in the core rule.
I'm gonna make this one move.
Okay.
Make
Now, also, these guys actually have a ranged attack. Hers is 3 inches. So she can move and then attack somebody within 3 inches. If they're within an inch, she can use her more melee attack too. Actually also has a ranged attack, but he can target somebody up to 8 inches.
Wow, that's pretty far.
He has a spear. So,
What if you're holding that spear backwards?
where is he?
He is
Throw
right over here.
backwards.
You just moved one time, then you might be able to attack.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So you want to move one time? So moving one time to there.
Is that close enough to attack?
Unfortunately, that is your own fighter. And you're just out of range. She's got to be 8 inches away. But you can still move. Again, would you like to
Can
move
you
again?
shoot over structures?
So she would throw through it.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I like to move.
Okay, so I'll move you again. So you're going to roll all 6 dice again?
Give me all critical.
Yeah, go ahead. So look at all the 6s. Oh, just 1.
Huh?
You got 2 4s.
2 4s. Put them together.
Oh. So does he go first?
So he will go first in this activation. Now here's your wild dice again. Basically, you get to go first. So you got 2 doubles. You have a triple and 2 doubles.
All right, attack who you want.
Attack whoever
But if you
want.
kill that one, you win the game.
Yeah, I'll kill him.
Okay, are you within range?
Yeah. Because I can fire to these things.
Oh, that's a long sight.
There you go.
Is it 8?
You are definitely 8 inches away.
You got him.
So, now what you're going to do is you're going to come down here to your profile. You're already within 8 inches. So how many attacks do you get?
2.
Yep. So here are 2 dice. Now what is the strength of these attacks?
Wait, where?
So
Oh.
it should be the fist.
This?
That's the toughness.
That's if you're getting attacked, right?
Yep.
Oh.
Yep, that's if you're getting attacked.
This is if...
So that's a strength 4. What is the toughness of your dwarf fighter?
4.
Awesome. So if the strength is equal to the toughness, it's always a 4+.
So if you get a 4...
Or better.
Okay, so it can be a 4. I didn't know if it had to be like just a 5 and a 6 only.
Nope, it can be a 4, 5, 6. 1 and 2s are always failures in the game whenever it comes to actually attacking. So it's always going to be a 3 or better. But in this case, the strength and the toughness are the same. Therefore, it's a 4 or better.
Good.
So it looks like you do have 1 success and 1 miss. So this isn't quite a 6. So you're only going to do the first bracket of damage. So for the first bracket of damage, it is 2. This has been done. We got these little markers to put on the card.
Yeah.
If you flip them over, they show 3 damage. But right now, you've only taken 2. All right. Well, that was your first action. Would you like to attack again, or would you like to move?
Attack again.
Attack again. So you're gonna roll those same 2 dice. Are you gonna attack the same fighter?
Yeah.
All right. Then you're looking for the same result. Looking for 4 5s or 6s.
He's gonna win. He's gonna kill my dad.
Awesome.
I got the same thing last time.
Exactly. So you got 1 more success. So you've dealt 2 more damage to his fighter. So that's going to give you a maximum that you've taken of 4 damage.
I have 8
8 left. Well, now that fighter has been activated and can't activate again for the rest of the turn. It is your turn.
So is waiting, is that use up one of your 2?
Waiting uses, if you use it as your first action is for wait, that means that you can activate that fighter again to make a second action. If you were to move and then wait, you're just passing your turn.
Okay.
Well, there is a universal special ability that you could use right now. For a triple, you can heal that many wounds.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, what do you mean that many wounds?
So it would be the value of the dice. So in this case, you would heal a maximum of 6 wounds. So you'd be able to bring that fighter back up to full health.
And is that because of this?
Now there's a universal card that we have but don't have out, and I can't find it. But
Okay.
those are one of the ones that I do remember is the Respite.
But it has to be 3.
It has to be 3. It could be a quad though. If you had a quad, you could use it as a triple.
So what if it was 3, both 3 ones?
You would only heal 1 wound back. It's the face value of the single dice, not the total.
Okay. Because if you lose him, you're out.
Yeah, I'm in the film.
Alright. So how do you just turn him
Basically,
over?
you just spent, and then now you would remove these wounds.
There you go.
So now you're back up to full health. Oh no, you're still a little bit out.
Yeah, how do you measure that? Are you
So,
measuring from the center of that?
so
or the
you can
edge?
measure from the front, you can measure from the back, you can measure from the center. It's really, so what he did was he was right here, and he measured like this, and then he moved to right there, which is correct. Also, he would still be there if he had measured from the front of the base. So he would just be an inch out.
But when you're measuring, are you measuring from the
From the edge of the base, I do. So, but you still have one more action, so you could move again if you would like.
What?
Would you like to move?
Can we get closer to him?
Because you're up there.
No, he's gonna eat my chest.
There you go. So that is now your 2 activations, and then okay. So he gets 3 attacks.
That's gonna kill him.
He's strength 5. What's the toughness of your beast?
4.
So you need 3, 4, 5s, and 6s for successful hits.
Oh, it was a critical.
Ooh, we got a critical.
Will that kill me?
No, it does not, because you have 20 wounds. You're down to 13.
How does he have 7 though? Not just 5.
So he dealt a critical and a single success. So he dealt 5 damage with a critical and then 2 damage with the single success.
What was the single success?
That was a 3+. Because he's strength 5 and the fighter is toughness 4. So his strength is greater than the fighter's toughness. So it's always on a 3+.
Oh, okay. That's where I've been stuck at that. Okay. Here?
Yep. Right there.
Okay. Alright, attack again. So that's 4 damage?
That is 4 damage. So 4 plus 7, you have 11 damage. Which means that you have 9 wounds left. You're still alive. 4 inches. Which is his movement. Yep, like that.
What's his range of hit?
His range of hit is 8.
So his range is right here.
Oh. 1 inch?
Yes.
Huh?
He only has a sword. He doesn't quite have a tossing spear.
It's
So you would
kinda
literally have to
close.
see if you could move around it. So he would have to see if he could go. Triple. So you make that a triple. Choose him.
This.
All right. Oh, this guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want him to fight?
Attack.
Uh-huh.
All right. So you get 3 dice. Your strength 4. Now, what is the toughness of your fighter?
4.
4. Well, strength and toughness are equal, so 4s.
I'm going down the elevator.
What? I'm going to go here. Oh, I just put myself in the wrong position. I did.
Alrighty.
I stuck myself.
Well, guys, that is the end of turn 4. So, you've won. Congratulations. Don't worry, next time. Next time. Yeah.
Here, what'd you boys think of Warcry?
Liked it.
Bad? You get to kill somebody though. That's all you wanted.
Hey, yeah.
Super bad.
Because you didn't win.
Super bad.
Well, thanks for showing us.
Absolutely.